Yes, us. Welcome to the Kefi Life Podcast. My name is Kefi L, and I'll be your guide to creating a life of Ola Kala, all is well. Together, we'll get back to the basics, and we'll explore fresh new ways to flourish in mind, body, and soul the Greek way. You can look forward to interviews, stories, essential self-care strategies, recipes, and actionable takeaway Ola Kala moments. This is going to be so much fun. Let's get going. Πάμε! Our Lexi for today is Χαρά. Χαρά, or joy. One of the most beautiful words in the Greek language is Χαρά, or joy. Χαρά is what we all seek in our lives. Recently, I read an article about how to cultivate a more joyful life. Author Jeff Spadafora noted this: go beyond the time management approach and explore the personal values approach. The clearer we are on our values, our priorities, and our calling, the easier it is to say no to the things that don't fit the big picture of where we want to go in our lives. Χαρά is a matter of making time for what's important to you. If you want capacity in your calendar, get conviction about your calling. Eleolado, olive oil, has been celebrated in the civilized world for millennia. Nearly eternal, the oil of this fruit has been more than just food to the cultures of the Mediterranean region. It's been medicinal, ceremonial, sacramental, and the foundation of great wealth and power. It is safe to say that olive oil is the ethos, the essence of Greek culinary culture. Today, the priceless and life-giving ingredients of this liquid gold can be delivered to you when you purchase your premium bottle of Kefi Life extra virgin olive oil from the region my parents were born, the Peloponnese. The coveted Koroneiki olive is extensively cultivated here in the southern part of Greece, which offers the unique microclimate needed to grow a fruit netting the utmost nutrient value for extra virgin olive oil. Kefi Life extra virgin olive oil, a boundless amount of value, high in antioxidants with anti-inflammatory properties, linked to good mood and improved mental health. Get your bottle of wellness today when you visit kefilife.shop. Thank you for joining the Kefi Life podcast, and it is such a joy to bring people to the table that not only have experience but talent, but sometimes we find out in interesting ways. For example, when two football moms work team dinners together, they find out about their hidden talents. So when I met Mel Pugh a couple years ago, I was inspired by her organization and her gift for food and for her fashion experience and her presentation. And I mean that truthfully. Mel has an eye for creating a memorable tablescape and also a charcuterie board. And all this lends to the Greek ideal called philoxenia, or hospitality. And we all search for that. Mel, it is great to be with you.
It's fabulous to be here.
Thank you.
Kiki.
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm so happy to see you. And you really do bring so much life to the table. I'd love for you to tell us about your business and the professional work that you do.
Yes. So thank you again, Kiki, for inviting me. I'm really, really grateful. But yes, in my business, I bring joy through artistic presentation. And I do that through design and style. And so with that being said, I am the founder of Set the Mood, which is a creative design business. And we focus on charcuterie boards, and we focus on tablescaping and also home staging.
Now, I know what a charcuterie board is because I've made them, not as beautiful as yours, by the way. Not really familiar with a tablescape.
Yes. So tablescaping, it's really interesting. It's something that actually I've been doing for quite some time now. And so, when I say quite some time, I have two boys, and I am an entertainer in my home. And so when we started hosting Thanksgiving dinners when they were just little toddlers, I would always tablescape the dining room table for Thanksgiving because I always hosted. And anytime anyone would come over, any given Thanksgiving, the first thing they would say is, "Let me see the table." And it was just something that I started doing. But it's interesting, Kiki, I never thought about doing it as a business until recently. And so I've been doing it for probably over 20 years, just like privately in my own home. And so now I'm at a point where I just love to share that gift with others.
And it really is a gift. When I believe that when you sit down to a beautifully set table, you feel like royalty.
Yes.
And it really, truly sets the table, and the mood.
And the mood.
And you came from a digital background.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes. So I've worked over 15 years in digital technology as an enterprise business development executive, and so I'm still doing that. But shifting over into my business, one of the main reasons why I decided to start my business is because I have so much creative juice inside of me. And you're laughing because it's true, right? I just have this creativeness in me that I just felt as though I needed to package it, first of all. I needed to kind of figure out how I could express it and use it as a gift for others. And I finally came up with this business called Set the Mood for charcuterie boards, for styling charcuterie boards, creating, designing them, and then also tablescaping. And then I also do home staging. So it just felt like it was me. You know, I finally found something that was truly authentically me and very confident about it and just having this passion about it. And throughout, since I started the business, folks who really know me, they're like, Mel, out of all the things that you've done on the side, because I am an entrepreneur at heart, they're like, this is you. This is you.
And it's really not like going to work.
No, it's not. It's just something that oozes out of me, and it actually brings me joy, but mostly it brings others joy.
And that's what I love about it. It's a win-win.
Yes.
And joy is a component of wellness. And when we can feel good about ourselves within, and we do something that really we're able to express ourselves and use our talent, there's a reason to wake up in the morning. We just feel invigorated. And so there's so much to that. It really aligns itself with Kefi Life. I'm so excited to learn and find out about your charcuterie boards and what makes them different and special.
Yes. So with the charcuterie boards, another interesting story, factoid, I should say. My mom, growing up with my mother, God rest her soul, she was just a fashionista at heart, right? And so she just had a unique style and flair about her. And one of the things that she taught me was to just live a little and take risk and just, try not to hold yourself back. And so with that being said, growing up as a child, our home was that go-to home. You didn't need to phone, you didn't need to call us. We would have a lot of drive-bys, a lot of stop-bys. And my mom always had cheese, wine, crackers, and pepperoni and olives. And so I say to people, she was like way before her time. And so, in terms of, calling it a charcuterie board. So with that being said, I fell into this charcuterie board business because I'm allowed to express my creativity and style through food. And with creating charcuterie boards, I look at it as a form of entertainment, right? And part of the reason, the name of my company, Set the Mood, my business is all about customizing my boards. So just in terms of getting to know the client, getting to know their likes, their dislikes, their need, their style, and then creating a board that reflects them. Not so much me, but reflects them. Now, Set the Mood is by me. So you're going to get a little of that artistic flair, which is great and it's unique. But just in terms of when I sit down and create a board, it's all about, of course, having safety first, right? Food safety, making sure that your boards are equipped to handle food appropriately. So yeah, it's all about getting that board. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Having those ingredients, looking at, different meats, different cheeses, different olives, crackers, bread, your your olive oil. You guys can edit that out. But yeah, your olive oil.
I like garlic. I think it's great. Garlic, lemon, and olive oil.
Oh, well, see, who knew? Yeah, there we go. And so, yes, it's all about just taking, your favorite ingredients that are high quality. Of course, I use very high quality products. And another unique thing about my business is I love to source locally. Yes. And so with that being said, even being in this space and meeting new people, there's actually just being in this space, meeting the owner of, is it Spino Micro?
Spiro Farms.
Spiro Farms.
Spiro Farms with Chris and Kate.
Yes, yes. I'm talking to them about utilizing their products as well.
Terrific.
And so it's all about custom. It's all about high quality with artistic flair and elegance. So that's what I bring to the table. I make them special.
Oh, God, I can really feel that. And I'm a big fan of olives. Of course, olive oil is the juice of one olive, the Koroneki olive. And I love the protein value of olives, but also how they taste and they add different flavor to your boards. So what is the most interesting board that you've done to date?
That's a good question, Kiki, because I'm very, I can tend to be very elaborate, right? But I would have to say that the most interesting board, I'd have to say, was my first board.
Oh, really?
My first board I did over the holidays, this past Christmas, and it was extraordinary. And I select the first board because it was an opportunity for me to kind of get my feet wet, be in a position where, of course, I'm expressing my artistic flair, but also in a position to put myself out there, right? This is the first time I'm putting myself out there, but confident enough to know that any type of feedback would be great feedback for me. And I really just have to say, because it was my first board, I take a lot of pride and joy in that, pushing myself to do it. And then the feedback that I received. The feedback was extraordinary and the clients were extremely happy. And so I've grown my business from there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And one thing that I really admire about a charcuterie board is the fact that you can share.
Yes.
All night long or all day long, when you have that charcuterie board on the table, everybody is picking and talking and making a comment and getting closer with one another. And food truly is a way to connect people.
Conversation.
Yes. All day long. Yes. In our remaining moments, let people know how they can get a hold of you. Do you prepare custom boards for businesses, for individuals, for parties? Like, how would you describe Sati mode?
I actually work, I'm currently working with individual clients right now. I'm taking all the referrals in the world. So anyone listening, watching this podcast by Kiki, feel free to get a hold of me at Set the Mood on Instagram. Setthemood.com is my website. And I'm also on Facebook. So feel free to call me, email me, text me, send a little bird telegram, however you want to get a hold of me. I am not hard to find.
And you are also very creative.
Thank you.
And willing to set the mood.
Yes. And you know something I want to add with Set the Mood? The reason why I chose the is because the has emphasis. It has emphasis on the individual. It has emphasis on you, the client, right? It has emphasis on one particular thing. So the focus is on you, not so much me. The emotion that it evokes makes the client feel special, and it brings joy.
Once again,
individuality
and creativity.
Yes.
Well, you have nailed it. You've been a very special guest, and I always ask my special guest this question. Mm-hmm. Mel Pugh, owner of Set the Mood. In my life, I've learned that.
In my life, I have learned when optimism meets passion, meets servant leadership, that, in a nutshell, is my MO for waking up every day. Outside of my children and my husband and my French bulldog, but just in terms of embracing my optimism, embracing my passion, that strong desire to want to lean into my creative artistic flair, my skill set, and then ultimately serving others. That's what really living is all about. It's about giving back. And it's about giving joy. And it's just also about helping others to find some joy in their life as well.
And truly, you are doing that every single day. So continue on that path. And until the next time, continue to set the mood.
Set the mood.
Set the mood.
Stay right there. Up next, your weekly takeaway to keep it all as well. Hola Kala.
This Hola Kala moment brought to you by the law offices of Liston and Centillus. Ranked #1 by the leading lawyers network since 2010, taking care of all your real estate needs.
During today's episode with Mel, she emphasized that food is a great conversation piece. I agree, Mel. But let's say you're not at the table and just out with friends. What are some ways to make the convo fun, memorable, and more telling? Try these questions. Number 1, do you have a secret talent? Can you do it right now? Number 2, when you were a kid, what name did you give your favorite toy or stuffed animal? In my case, it would be when you got your first car, what did you name it? Or how about this combo starter? What TV show would you want to be in, and which one would you not want to appear in? So much fun having fun. It increases Ola Gala all as well in your life.
Kefi Vale is the founder of Kefi Life. She is passionate about whole person wellness and living a fulfilled life. Her Kefi Life podcast is created to simply and naturally help you harmonize the mind, body, and soul the Greek way. Visit KefiLife.com and check out Kefi Vale on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Join us again next time for more positive energy and inspiration on Kefi Life.